If she lets you smash on the first night, is she wifey material or no?
Why am I gonna get in trouble? Let me think about it for a second. The woman has the power the whole way through the dating because she's in charge. She's the prize, you want her. The first time that power dynamic changes is after you sleep together. Because now, if she doesn't keep you in a relationship, she's just a one-night stand or a hoe. What I have learned in my experiences, if you're dating a girl that she's in charge and you sleep together on the first night, and after you sleep together, don't ignore her, don't be a dickhead, but just kind of reduce your attention by 65%. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. You? Shorter replies, more delays, etc.
Yes.
Well, here's what you learn. A good woman will then up her game and try harder to keep you because she doesn't want to just go sleep with some other guy because she slept with a guy. It's a big deal for her. She has a pure heart. If you cut your attention down on a bitch and she just goes, well, fuck it, I'll go fuck someone else, then
she did you a
ain't
favor.
worth shit. It's the first time they'll be the one chasing you if you do it right. And then you can tell if you have a good one. I've had serious, long conversations contemplating whether they're going to try and kill me. I would like to think they're not. All I'm trying to do is teach men to be strong. If they decide to kill me on a long enough time frame, they're going to be successful. But I can't. I don't want to live in fear. If I become a coward, I will live in fear, and it breeds inaction. I won't be sitting here telling the truth. I want the world to know that I'd absolutely never ever kill myself under any circumstances ever, no matter what they say.
Come give me a hug. Come here, come give me a hug. Oh, you missed me?
Yes.
Yeah? Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Give me a kiss. No, not cheek. Give me a kiss on the lips. Kiss. Mwah. You missed me? No what? No cheek. You had a fun day? Bored of me now, you want to play the swing?
The Matrix has attacked me. Men are so simple. We are so simple. And the truth is, women know it. If you go into a man's room when he's playing video games, and he's playing video games, and you say, all you do is play video games, and you nag him, he'll play video games. If you walk in there and go, you know what, you're so smart. I've seen you do so many amazing things, and you said so many amazing things. Why do you waste your time playing video games? You could show me so much. Now you're gonna get him off the fucking console. I know you all girls are like, why should I have to do that? Because you win. It's because in the end you win. You talk about why should I have to do that? Well, why should you have to work hard in the gym to get six-pack? Because you win.
What's the final goal? Like, where do you see yourself in like 20 years?
If you were to ask me now to design my ideal life, like if I could just design it, I'd have 3 or 4 sons in Moscow, 3 or 4 sons in Kazakhstan, maybe 2 or 3 sons in Mongolia, you know? My 3 chicks, inshallah, my 3 wives. And they'd all be training hard, becoming warriors of Earth, all carry the last name Tate. And in the future, as much as people go, Tate, you can't do that, you can't have kids with all these women, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. In the future, when the dystopian, when the machines arrive, when the Terminators turn up and you're like, where's John Connor, where's John Connor? Oh, he was an act of fiction, but there is a man who does exist, there's a man who's real. He's from deep in Mongolia and his name's Emery Andrew Tate V, and he's gonna rise up. But when I am old, I need to make sure I've done my job because it would be a detriment, it would be unfair to humanity for me to not create clones of myself to protect the future. So that's my plan.
I'm gonna take my time. You're 22. Tú got a handle. Girl, I wanna handle you. Put my hands upon you, baby.
On that trip is when I realized that they were built different. There was one example, myself and another instructor, he was very experienced, we were running the range, and we realized pretty early on that Tristan liked the AK, and so we taught him a speed reload. That's where you use the fresh mag to kick out the old one, get it in, charge it up, and get back on target. We showed him this once. He didn't even drill it. He and his brother were doing basic fire and movement, and on the move, Tristan comes up, brings out a fresh mag, executes a perfect speed reload with the AK, gets back up on target, and the instructor and I looked across the range and just went, like both of us had this moment. We've never seen anybody learn that quick. That's when I started to realize these guys have a level of both physical and mental ability, which is very rare.
If you have to talk, but you're not allowed to talk about movies, music, or anything you see on the internet, interesting things, not even me, you're not allowed to talk about any of it. Talk about your own experiences, things you've done, and your true thoughts and opinions, which you have built on the back of personal experiences and amazing stories and things you have done. You're gonna run out to talk about pretty quick, because you ain't done anything. Your thoughts are useless. When's the last time you said something insightful? When's the last time you were having a conversation and you said something to someone and they stopped and went, whoa, never thought of it that way? When's the last time you made somebody think? I've had so much trauma and bad events and negativity and stress and all these things that have happened to me, and I've used all of it to be monumentally successful. If I wasn't that way inclined, with the workload that God put on my shoulders, I'd just be in a ditch somewhere. I would have killed myself by now. I was sad, obviously. I was heartbroken, of course, but I took all of that energy and I worked harder than I've ever worked. Every single thing about me that people respect, I built. I was not born a world champion kickboxer. I was not born this intelligent or intellectual. I was not born this rich. I was not born this strong. I was not born this confident. I worked 22-hour days for months because I couldn't sleep. And I became one of the most successful people on the planet. A lot of these feminists are they're so busted. Women, beautiful women, love misogynistic men. When you see a 19-year-old Ukrainian on a billionaire's yacht in Dubai, is she complaining? So the only women who don't love misogynists are the women who are too ugly to get fucked by a misogynist. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, right? Because I'm sexist both ways. I try and say this all the time, but no one can seem to fathom it, especially not feminists with their minuscule brains. I don't let women drive me in cars. Everyone loses their mind when I say this. I'll drive.
Never.
Never.
Chick ever drove your Bugatti.
Fuck, what the fuck? Who is this guy?
That's Cat.
No! I state on my name, no woman has driven any of my cars ever. Let's say a girl drive a car and the chance of her crashing is less than 1%. But if she did crash, the results of that crash would infuriate me to a new level in which I've never been infuriated. Is it worth that risk, even if the risk is very, very small?
But would you let one of the boys drive it?
Yeah, boys, it's fine. I'll tell you what.
How did this happen? It happens all the fucking time. It's fucking weird.
All responsible.
It makes no sense, Tristan.
One person inviting everybody, and that's it.
I'm surrounded by traitors. Now you're blaming me. You said we'll have some drinks tonight.
You invite like 25 girls.
What? We all sent some messages. It's a group effort. What happened outside is an orchestrated effort by all of us.
That was.
I would never leave you alone. I would never.
So what would you two do if I used my Aikido hands to create a water vortex tornado so powerful that it sucked you both under and you drowned?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care.
No, I'll stop. Sorry, bro. I was kidding. I'll stop.
When you,
I'll get it.
When you
no,
drown,
bro, Luke, I'm not going to do it.
I know.
Relax.
No, I wasn't worried about it.
Look at this beautiful view. You're saying Aikido can create a powerful vortex that drowns the other people in the pool.
Yeah.
But not yourself.
Well, a man power with that level of Aikido.
Look at
obviously
this
couldn't be
beautiful
drowned.
view, guys. We can't be sitting here talking dumb shit with this beautiful view.
It's not dumb though.
Luke, should I get him?
Maybe. Wait, can you make sure it doesn't get me?
Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I'll stop. Don't worry, bro. I was just joking. Don't worry, bro. I'll stop, mate. I'll stop.
It was just a joke.
And seriously, no, calm down. No need to worry. Get that upset look off your face. I'm not going to do it.
If you study hard, you can be a doctor. Go study medicine. Study, study, study. Give up your whole life in school. Then you get to be a doctor. You can't even buy a motherfucking sports car.
There was a guy who owns 400 casinos, 3 brothers, mafia guys that own 400 casinos throughout Eastern Europe. I came up to him and said, look, I want to do a franchise with you. They said, we're not interested in franchises. We have enough money. We just open them ourselves. We turn over 10 million euros a day. What do I need to franchise? Eventually, I came up with a plan. I said, look, how about this? I'll open up your locations directly next to your biggest competitor. So I'll go to war for you next to the competitor. Worst case, the location doesn't pay any money, but at least it takes money from your competitor. I'll give you a percentage of turnover, so even if it doesn't make profit, you make money. I'll take all the financial risk. They agreed. I started opening up next to their biggest competitor. I actually did something that's kind of funny. What I tried to do was find ones in between their competitor and a Starbucks. I'd open in the middle and then I'd offer loads and loads of free coffee with a barista and a sexy chick. So instead of going to Starbucks, you could just take your money, go get free coffee and gamble. And I ended up making a bunch of money. I took his competitor down, bang, bang, bang.
It'd be interesting, we're having a conversation the other day. What are the bad things about being rich? Everyone knows the good things. But as a man who's genuinely come from the bottom and is now genuinely at the top, I'm going to tell you some of the bad things about being rich. My scenario, me being rich, I did it all by myself. So I've got a problem which is kind of unique to my wealth. And the problem is I'm at the very, very tip top of the food chain. And what's happened is basically anyone I interact with ever wants something from me. Even if it's just my time, they want something. The second thing that I don't really like about being rich, food used to be a big deal. Woo! You ever had a steak for the first time in 3 months after eating nothing but flavor? You don't understand the level of happiness. Food was amazing when I was poor.
Freedom at last.
Andrew Tate is out of prison.
Mashallah, brother, mashallah, mashallah. It's a little bit emotional. I've been in one room since last year, so it's a little bit emotional.
Tate and his brother Tristan have been placed under house arrest, but both men face allegations of rape, people trafficking, and forming an organised crime group. and they could be sent back to jail if they're found guilty.
I believe in God, and I think that the fire of truth will eventually destroy all lies, and anybody who lies on a long enough time frame will feel the sting of regret, and I believe in this.
Yeah, sure.
I truly believe that justice will be served in the end. There is 0% chance of me being found guilty of something I have not done. When I was in jail, I did 7,417 push-ups. I would like to get to 10,000 before the end of the weekend. So
I make 10,000 already.
I will focus on the push-ups, and I will read the Quran.
We hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want access to Tate's knowledge and insight, click the link in the description, escape the matrix, and enter the real world.